I'd love to wonder with you about one of the sweetest and perhaps most overlooked questions children ask us. Will you play with me? Because the truth is that when you hear this very sweet question for the 20th time in a row, something inside of you probably thinks, ugh, I don't want to play another game right now. But what if they're asking for something much deeper than a game? What if, will you play with me, is one of the deepest bids for connection a child could ever make? Welcome. Welcome to Self-Led Parenting Live. I'm Jacqueline Long, licensed marriage and family therapist, founder of Mindful Child and Family Therapy in California, certified parent educator in connection parenting, and certified internal family systems, or IFS therapist. And children ask us to play all the time. Push me on the swing. Watch me. Come build this with me. Be the dragon. Come to my tea party. And sometimes after the 50th invitation that day, our answer becomes, not right now, I'm busy. And that's completely understandable. We have dinner to make, laundry to fold, meetings to attend, emails to write, and that's human. But today, I'd simply like to become curious. What are our children really asking for when they invite us into their play? And what if play is a child's way of deepening their relationship with us? Of course, children rarely say, Mommy, I want to deepen my relationship with you. Or, Daddy, I'd like to discuss my deepest feelings with you right now. Instead, they hand you a dinosaur, or a doll, or a dump truck, or a lightsaber, and they say, you be the dinosaur. What if play is the way you enter your child's world and truly connect with them? That's what many therapists believe, and why we offer child-centered play therapy in our therapy offices throughout California. Can I ask you something? When you were little, was there an adult who was able to really enter your world? Maybe there was someone who sat with you and played pretend or Candyland or dress up, who built Legos, racetracks, or train tracks with you. What did that feel like when they were really there, when you could really feel them right there with you, pouring in their full, undivided enthusiasm and attention? If you can't think of anyone like this, is there maybe a part of you that wishes you had someone? Just take a moment to notice whatever is coming up for you as I invite you to consider this. And see if you can send just a little warmth to whatever is arising within you right now. Yeah. I like to say that what's in the way is the way. And for many of us parents, what's in the way is years of not playing, years of believing that play isn't worth our time, that we're only worthwhile if we work hard. Many of us have forgotten how to play. And really, there's so much that can get in the way of play. So it just helps to send some warmth and understanding to those parts of us deep inside that might be blocking our willingness or ability to play. And perhaps one of the beautiful things about children is that they keep inviting us back into a world that we may have forgotten, that we may have neglected. A world full of imagination, of curiosity, of delight. Our children invite us back through play. They keep inviting us back with these sweet bids of connection. And perhaps every time we accept that invitation, something inside of us gets to come alive again through play. It's one of the ways we reconnect with our child out there, and one of the ways we reconnect with our own inner child in here. It's incredibly helpful for them. And it can be deeply healing for us because children aren't only growing into themselves, they're constantly inviting us, parents, back into ourselves for healing moments within us. And it helps to consider that play might not only be a bid for connection, sometimes play is a bid for reconnection. Reconnection after some sort of tension in the relationship or disconnect. For instance, imagine your child just had a huge tantrum with a big emotional release. 20 minutes ago, they were crying, saying they hate us, saying they want us to go away. Maybe they were kicking or pushing. Maybe they sensed some disapproval for us, which would be understandable. That would be a hard moment for a parent. And now they're handing you a stuffy. What are they saying? Maybe they're saying, I'm ready to reconnect, or I'm trying to find my way back to you, or are we still okay? Is our relationship still okay? Maybe they're asking you if the connection and the relationship between you is still steady, safe, and strong. So maybe there's something much deeper happening here. Maybe play is one of the first languages of secure attachment. So, if play really is one of children's deepest languages, then perhaps one of the greatest gifts we can give them is creating a reliable place where that language gets spoken. And that is exactly what special time is. Special time isn't just play, it's a very special kind of play. During special time, you set a timer for a specific amount of time, a limited amount of time, just 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It really doesn't have to be long. It's really all about quality, not quantity. You give your kid pretty much free rein. They get to decide what to do with the time, within limits that feel okay to you, of course. Sometimes that means pretending the couch is a pirate ship. Sometimes it might mean that they choose the game. Sometimes it means inviting brand new rules into a game together. The idea is that your child gets to lead, and you bring your full undivided attention and 100% enthusiasm. You follow their lead. No teaching, no advice giving. And this might sound simple, but it is not easy. The inner teacher and the inner advice giver will likely get activated within you at some point during the play. And yet, instead of teaching or advice giving, see if you can be on the lookout for what supports the play and just keep following and heightening that. For instance, they want you to wear the tutu and you enthusiastically put it on. And then maybe you put it on your head or around your ankle. See what makes them laugh. They want you to be a puppy and you crawl around on the floor, enthusiastically barking. One of the things I love about special time is that it honors something children seem to know intuitively. Laughter and play helps us feel connected. So when they say, "Will you play with me?" children aren't usually asking us to create some sort of elaborate entertainment. They're simply asking for our attention, our delight, our warm presence, our availability. Children often feel most loved when we genuinely enjoy being with them. Sometimes the game matters very little. It's the relationship they're after, the sparkle in our eye, the true joy of being together that they can really feel, our ability and willingness to enter their world. Perhaps what fills children the most isn't the tea party. Perhaps what fills children the most is sharing the tea party with us. It's sharing the experience with us. It helps me to remember that adults think in words and children think in play. If there's been some time away for each other, for instance, Adults often reconnect by talking, while children often reconnect by playing. Adults say, "I've really missed you." Children say, "You be the dragon." Adults say, "I'd like to spend some quality time together." And children say, "Watch this." Perhaps they're both saying exactly the same thing, just in different languages. The nice thing about special time is that you can share the same language. Kids now have a reliable way to get what they really need. They can just say, "Can we have some special time?" A code word like this empowers kids a lot. They no longer need to act out to get the attention they really need. They don't have to speak in adult language to ask for connection time with you. They can just ask for some special time, and you'll know what that means. Now that's powerful. Of course, though, parts of us will naturally get activated when a child asks us to play. Maybe an exhausted part says out loud, "I can't play another game." Maybe a distracted part says, "Watch you? Oh, okay. That's nice." Maybe another part says, "I don't really like pretend play." And those parts deserve our compassion too. Yes, when we notice these parts of us inside, what do? We love them. We welcome them. We deepen our understanding of them. And when it feels like we just don't have anything to give every time our child asks us to play, that's why it can be helpful to establish a regular time for special time. It's something your child can rely on and something you can schedule into your calendar so it's there already, reliably. For me, I considered my morning meditation to be special time for about 12 years. For 12 years, from the time my son was about 3 years old until he was 15, special time was my morning meditation. Every weekday morning from about 6 a.m. to 6:20 a.m., we would do special time together. It became a part of our daily life. And honestly, that's the only way it could have worked for me. You might be able to be a little more spontaneous with it, but for me, it was really helpful to have special time set as a regular and reliable part of our daily routine. And we both really enjoyed it for over a decade. Of course, sometimes my mind wandered off to other things, but I would gently bring my attention back to my son. Sometimes I was absolutely exhausted, but I brought forward as much enthusiasm as possible in the moment at hand. Sometimes I was a little bored, but I worked with the parts of me inside, the ones that dismissed the power of play. Again, there are so many different parts of us that might come up as we sit down to play with our kid. And doing that inner work can transform your entire relationship with your child for decades to come, which can benefit us when our kids become teens. And here's something important to note. If you have multiple kids, try offering special time with a different kid each day, even just 15 minutes once a week. It really helps them feel special to have some one-on-one time with you, even if it's just once a week, where they get to decide what to do and how to spend that time with you. Remember, it's about quality, not quantity. With a little loving attention and your deep intention, I trust that you and your kids can make special time a regular part of your life and will enjoy it too. Okay, so here are some key takeaways that I hope you'll consider. Perhaps play isn't only about imagination or games. Perhaps play is one of the deepest ways that children build relationship and create connection with you. Perhaps when your child says, "Will you play with me?" they're also saying, "Can you enter my world? Can you delight in me? Can you enjoy life with me? Will you show me that I matter to you? Will you show me that we're okay?" Will you help me discover that relationships can be safe, fun, and full of joy? Along those lines, before we close for today, I'd love to share a letter written from the perspective of a child to their parent. Dear Mom or Dad, sometimes when I ask you to play, it's not because I need a better game. It's not because I'm bored. Sometimes I just want to know whether you're willing to enter into my little world for a little while. When I hand you a dinosaur, or ask you to pour pretend tea, or invite you to build a blanket for it with me, I'm wondering whether you'd like to be close to me, whether you'd like to laugh with me, whether you're interested in discovering my little world. And sometimes, after I've had really big feelings, playing is how I find my way back to you, back to the safety and security of our connection. It's easier for me than words because I don't always have the words yet. So when you become the dragon or wear the silly hat or let me beat you in the race, you're telling me something I'll remember long after my little game is over. You're telling me that being with me brings you joy. And I think that's one of the greatest gifts you could ever give me, the deep sense that you enjoy me. So thank you for putting down your computer. Thank you for putting your phone down. Thank you for putting down your to-do list and for coming over to play with me. I'll carry our special time together in my heart with me always. Love, your kid. Let's take a moment to let that letter land. As we close for today, let's consider that this possibility that one of the greatest invitations children ever offer us is an invitation to play. Why? Because it's really an invitation into relationship, into connection, into the simple joy of experiencing life together. Because maybe play is one of the ways that children say, I'd really love to connect with you, Mom and Dad. And perhaps every time we accept that invitation, even just for a few minutes, we're helping to build something that our children will be able to carry with them for the rest of their lives, deep inside. A relationship that teaches them that they matter, that they don't need to achieve anything in order to deserve our full, undivided attention. And that joy is even sweeter when it's shared. Thank you for being here. Thank you for doing some of the most important work in the world, raising kids. And I'll see you next Tuesday at 12 p.m. Pacific.